Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to cover the cherry shrimp. I recently got 20 of them in this 120 gallon tank, and I want to just demystify a few things about keeping shrimp. A lot of people say that shrimp are very challenging and difficult, and that can be the case if you're getting, it depends on what type of shrimp you're getting. So the most common are what are ghost shrimp, which are the clear, and then these cherry shrimp are also very common. As far as ghost shrimp, you have to be careful. A lot of things get labeled ghost shrimp, and in fact, you might be getting something different. So you want to just do your research, and when you're ordering ghost shrimp or getting ghost shrimp at your local pet store, just do a little research about what you're getting, because there's about 100 different types of clear shrimp that are labeled ghost shrimp. But to keep things simple for this video, if you're getting small ghost shrimp that look like these cherry shrimp but that are clear, and or these cherry shrimp, the care for them is actually extremely simple. Again, a lot of people will say, oh, you got to get these special supplements and feed them special food and have special water parameters. And for ghost shrimp and cherry shrimp, that's not the case. They are scavengers, and they just are constantly grazing algae, finding leftover food, and cleaning up the tank. And if you have enough food going on in the system, meaning you are either feeding the shrimp enough, I literally have just been dropping flakes in here, and there's already, because it's a 120 gallon tank, a lot of algae is grown all over the surfaces. So they have plenty to forage and eat. But typically people would keep them with fish. I do have one beta fish in here. So, if you're feeding, you have, let's say, some neon tetras or some mollies or whatever your stock is. They're going to be just, a great cleanup crew coming behind and eating anything that's left over, any algae that's growing. And again, they're just one of the best cleanup crews out there. And they're very hardy. A lot of people, again, this snail just skydived off the glass. Impressive. But they're a lot easier than people say. So I just want to demystify that. A lot of people are like, oh my God, shrimp! It's like a whole nother hobby. And again, there are some very fancy, what are called fancy shrimp. And with those, that is the case. They're kind of like discus, right? They're very sensitive, yada yada. But cherry shrimp, ghost shrimp, not the case. So the only thing you have to be worried about is predation. Certain fish will eat them, and they do breed prolifically, which is nice, but the baby shrimp are more susceptible to predation from other fish. So like I have a beta in here, and because it's 120 gallon and there's 20 of them and they have reproduced in this tank, there are some babies in here. I'm sure the beta has nabbed a couple of the babies, and that's okay. And so it's just, you just want to make sure that you're stocking them with very peaceful fish, and to avoid any large fish, any kind of things like cichlids, anything that is known to predate as a common behavior. Any fish will eat something that fits in their mouth if they're hungry. More fish are more likely, they have more predator tendencies or genetics. But, a goldfish, if I put an 8-inch goldfish in here, it'd gobble up all of these shrimp. A lot of people think, oh, goldfish are peaceful. If it fits in its mouth, if it's hungry, it's going to try to eat it. So I do have these mystery snails in here as well, and that's pretty much all I have in this tank right now is 10 mystery snails, 20 cherry shrimp who have reproduced. The mystery snails also have reproduced. And this guy's going to jump. Oh yeah, this is a daring snail right here. And then that one beta fish. And the purpose of all this was to have a very low bio-load tank. I bought a lot of live plants, and this tank's been running for about 2 months, and I haven't done any maintenance. And that was the point. I have 2 125 gallon sponge filters, or 4 actually, so it's 500 gallon capacity. 2 Powerheads for water movement and surface agitation. So I set up this tank to basically press pause on my hobby without shutting my tank down. And that's another cool thing, as we're constantly evolving as aquarists, as hobbyists, trying different things. I've never kept shrimp before, and so I was like, I don't want to shut the tank down, but I want to take a break effectively for a couple months. So I threw in these cherry shrimp, threw in the snails, and threw in a beta. And it's been a lot of fun, and I haven't had to touch it. and that's been really nice and rewarding. So yeah, overall, they are a great addition to a peaceful community tank. They're very easy to take care of. Again, I always say in terms of water parameters, it's way more important to keep your water stable and consistent than trying to add things and change your water parameters to meet some kind of idealistic parameter. You know, one of the things that stresses fish out the most, or any crustacean, anything that's alive in water, is quick and large fluctuations to any water parameters. Change in temperature, change in pH, change in nitrates, anything like that is what stresses fish out more, or any animals, than than almost anything. It's like if your air changed drastically, right? And so a lot of people try to add chemicals, add additives to change the water parameters to meet some kind of ideal thing, and they actually cause their fish or shrimp to die because the water parameters are swinging wildly. And so that's just kind of a rookie mistake. So it's better just whatever comes out of your tap, if it's close enough, if it's a decent parameter, you want to test your tap water. And of course you want to always treat it before you put it in with a dechlorinator and a water conditioner. Then you're fine. Just keep that, and they'll adjust to it, and then that will be their norm. Because again, unless you're keeping a very sensitive, fragile species that's wild caught or something like that, all these fish were farm raised in basic water parameters somewhere like Florida or Arizona. So they can adapt, and they will adapt. And if you keep it consistent and stable, they will do great. So let me know if you have any questions about cherry shrimp or any other items about this aquarium. I am getting some dojo loaches soon, and some giant danios, and then some keystone and cichlids. So I will rehome these shrimp soon enough, because they will get eaten by those cichlids, especially. The danios might pick at them. I don't think the loaches would bother them, but we'll see. So check out those videos coming soon, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Appreciate you watching. Thanks so much, and take care.